welcome back to Call to Crawl Studios and another episode of Mailbox Someday. Because someday your shit will come in. Today, that day is for me. Let me turn this other light on. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if that helps. Hey, short one today. Just a quick tear open. I have some Vanquish F10t axles out here. I ordered some cheapo Amazon ones to compare them to, so I'm hoping those are in there somewhere. First of all, I was doing a little cleanup at my house and I came across this storage bin of hardware that I've not looked at in more than 2 years. And I kind of have a policy that if I haven't gone to it in 2 years, it's up for grabs for something else. It needs to be repurposed or gone. So I'm going to turn this into the RC toolbox for my backpack. I think that'll make a great case. It locks really well, opens up. The little bins can be used or not used for longer items for tools and stuff. So not really a mailbox item, but it was a discovery and I'm going to repurpose it. Okay, let's see here. I got a little box here. This is usually the kind of box wheels come in. This is from Vanquish products. It's probably not wheels. Let me grab a little blade here. What did I order from Vanquish? How are y'all doing? Hope you had a good 3-day weekend. I know I did. Well, let's see. What kind of goodies did I get from Vanquish? Awesome little box. Okay, yeah, some of these machined tie rod ends. So there you go here. And Josh at Harley Designs just recently showed you how to install those, or at least I think he did recently. At least I saw it recently from him. So excited to use those. They don't stretch out and virtually should last just about forever. I don't know. Let's see. We got a couple of tools and their handles. And some more tie rod ends. I got a bunch of those machined ones. I thought those were really cool. I didn't want to be... I looked for them about a year ago and they were out of stock. So when it's in stock, you buy it. Kind of, that's the way it works, right? Otherwise, you're going to wait. How about that new release Vanquish just did? The trail buggy. That's something. That definitely is a neat little rig. For a stock RTR, if I needed another stock RTR, I would probably go for that. I had to talk myself out of it because, you know, I've got that impulse buy problem. And it shows up here. This is from JE Racing. Good bag, JE Racing. Good grief. Well, I play with toys. This must be childproof. All right, we got the leaf spring mounts I've been waiting for, front and rears, for the, I believe it for the F10Ts. These axles right there. Well, that's pretty sweet. And what else? There's another set. All right, super stoked for those. What else do we got here? Nathan Siemens, probably. What did I get from Nathan Siemens? Rings. That's right. He had some neat rings for sale. Matte red. I believe those are the Dredger. Pretty sure that's what those were called. By no means am I a Vanquish expert. I do like the product, but I don't just like them only. Actually, it puts out a pretty good product. Traxxas also does. Traxxas needs to come up with something new, wouldn't you agree? For the crawler crowd. Alright, so we got 4 rings in the matte red. That'll be great. I got a bunch of rings and stuff right back here. We'll just throw those in with the orange, I guess. Call that neat. See what else we got. Another Vanquish products. Some orange wheels. These are the Riot Orange. KMC Riots in orange. Got a bunch of scale hardware. Yeah, I got a bunch of scale hardware. Gold, black. I think I'm pretty much restocked now. I should want for nothing, right? Yeah, that's awesome. So I ordered these wheels because I thought they'd be kind of maybe a neat upgrade for the buggy. Maybe a little bit more appropriate than the machetes that are on there. So I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. If not, I apologize. So Vanquish wheels, scale hardware, that stuff, some JEC. Yeah. Okay, we'll toss that. And last but not least, I think this is going to be our axles. And this is how they come in a box. I can never buy just one pair of anything. I have to have two. Kind of ridiculous. You guys think that the Vanquish Ripper version 1 will go down in value a little bit? Have I already asked that question? If I have, just don't worry about it. Well, the boxes are pretty stout, that's for sure. Good grief. All right. Well, there's a clear set. Wow. Those are pretty dang spot on. Axle mounted winch mount for the front, and there's the rear. I feel like they have grease in them. They don't spin super fast or smooth. This kit also comes with the steering linkage. And probably cheap hardware, I would guess. Interesting. Nice packaging. Now let's open this one up. This should be the black set. Yeah, that's the black set. Well, there's your comparison right there. I'll get the camera closer for you guys to do this real comparison here. Okay, so here we are comparing the Chinese knockoffs of the Vanquish F10Ts. We'll start with the rear axle. This is your Vanquish axle here. How do I know that? Well, for one, it spins smoother. There's less play. Okay. The hardware's standard. And it has the little Vanquish logo, of course. This one's also been used. But anyways, yeah, this is the Vanquish. And this is this knockoff. And they are, for all intents and purposes, those axle housings are the same. They're just like dead nuts on. I mean, crazy how close they are. This has got a little burnish, or maybe the finish is worn off prematurely. Weight wise, I don't know. My hands tell me they're about the same. Not very scientific, I know, but I don't have the scale handy. Yeah, they're just, I mean, that's a little bit more defined there on the Vanquish one, that indent, versus this one's a little softer. This is cast instead of machined, probably, would be my guess. But the spacing, this one also too comes with like an E-clip right here, if you can see that. There's a little E-clip to keep the thing from going too far. If you push it in against the bearing and try and turn it, it's really rough. If you pull it out, it's really smooth. So it definitely needs to be shimmed on the other side of that E-clip. So there's that. This is the axle on steering servo mount, or steering servo on axle mount, rather. Here is the factory Vanquish. It's got different turnbuckles on it. We'll get to the turnbuckles. That's the factory ones there. Get to those in a sec. But that's the Vanquish one. This steering Chinese knockoff deal fits right on the same bolt pattern. Would go right on there. So the Chinese knockoff is, again, a really remarkable copy of the Vanquish product. It's a little smoother, but I think it's definitely not. It's definitely not. Internally, is definitely not the same quality. Yeah, but yeah, that guy fits on there like that. And you can see the. Yeah, see, I'm trying to turn it. It just doesn't want to turn real smooth. This one probably is going to need to be taken apart and greased. Some guys are taking them apart and putting the Vanquish internals on the inside of these housings. I've got some leaf spring builds coming up, and I thought it might be easier to, on the pocketbook, to cut these guys up for the leaf spring mounts than the actual Vanquish stuff. But yeah, so the knuckles, just getting back to that. That's what they look like in package there. You can see the ribs. Okay, exactly the same. The knockoff is so remarkably close. So comes with a couple of steering linkages as well. Not a bad deal, but I'm sure they won't hold up to 4S torture test. So I mean, like, literally. Wow. Okay, so we'll get some close-up shots here, and I'll integrate that on the end of the video. Thanks for joining me on this very short episode number 16 of Mailbox Someday.